Now funding on Kickstarter a brand new set of Halloween mask pins, vintage style pins designed by me, Kneon. Check it out at halloween.ninja. That's halloween.ninja. So we're in the end game now. BuzzFeed, Huffington Post, and Tasty are laying off 180 staffers, 1/3 of their staff, and this is after.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people.
1/3.
1/3. And that's after multiple rounds of layoffs. And remember, guys, BuzzFeed bought the Huffington Post, right? With what money, I don't know.
No, remember, it was like stock. It was like
a
stock deal or something.
And so what we're seeing here is basically end stage circa 2016 journalism, digital journalism. And we're going to see a lot more of this.
Does that mean the guy that was melting down about feminism and all that and about he was feeling like he related to superheroes that are women? Does that mean he's going to get gone too?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he wrote for the Huffington Post.
It was HuffPost, yeah.
Oh, probably. They'll probably just find a reason to get rid of the people that are a pain in the ass. Yeah, I think they're going to use this to get rid of some people that they don't want there.
Clearly.
And, we'll go through this. So this is Byron Allen bought BuzzFeed, and the last I heard, he wanted to turn it into like a video site to compete with YouTube. But part of me is like, okay, that's good luck with that. But then part of me is like, you know what? We need more competition. So
I think he might be able to pull it off, actually.
I mean, he's worth like $1 gajillion, right?
Wasn't he the one that's taken over the spot that was like late night spot before?
Yeah, with the comedy show. Yeah.
But that was what was it on? Like who's
CBS?
CBS.
I think it was CBS. It was CBS. Yeah, Colbert. He took over. Yeah, Colbert's spot. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Maybe he could have like the BuzzFeed Power Hour or something on late night. Use your imagination for that. They actually do sell those kinds of devices, by the way. That's BuzzFeed. It's part of their business model. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, when you said Power Hour, I was thinking like a church thing.
Oh my God, no! This is the opposite of that. Well, I mean, they might be taking you to church. I don't know. You might be singing. You might be singing with the angels. I have no idea. No, BuzzFeed actually does sell adult products too, which is part of their business model. It's just whatever makes money that month. That's what they.
I don't know if they still have it, but they still have Tasty apparently, and he must have got control of that as well. So.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
If you'd like to listen to the audio version of Clownfish TV, go out to iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. And also, you've got a couple more days if you want to check out the Halloween masks on Kickstarter. You can check those out as well. So, this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. BuzzFeed, Huffington Post, and Tasty to lay off 180 staffers. According to the New York Times, it's 1/3 of the staff.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of people.
And these digital media outlets have been bleeding out for years. And BuzzFeed, we said when they were talking about going public that this is the worst possible thing they could do because it's going to become very obvious how little interest people actually have in paying for this kind of stuff. And all these outlets, they all did. Vox and Vice and BuzzFeed and Huffington Post and so many other ones. I mean, even Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire stuff, all this stuff's imploding right now. And some of it has to do just with how the internet has changed, and Google especially, not driving traffic to websites like they used to. BuzzFeed used to rely heavily on Facebook. And Facebook now, if you boost posts, they put a little warning up like, oh, this might be a malicious site. You might not want to go there.
Yeah, they try to keep you on their site instead of leaving.
Yeah, they want you on their site. And that's what the whole thing is about now. It's basically a bunch of walled gardens, but nobody gives a shit about BuzzFeed. So we'll see, maybe if they turn it into video, that'd be a good thing. Again, it's come from a Hollywood Reporter. BuzzFeed, Huffington Post, Tasty laying off 180 staffers. The move marks a major restructure at the Byron Allen controlled media company. So they are set for a significant round of layoffs, with some 180 staffers to be given pink slips company-wide. According to the Hollywood Reporter, BuzzFeed across all its units had approximately 510 employees prior to the cuts. The company said it expects to see $29 million to $32 million in savings from the move to cut staff. How much money were these people getting paid?
Well, it's still like 108 people, so... But that's a lot of money, yeah. Because that would mean that they're getting like, $500,000 each or something like that. Yeah.
They're all getting six-figure salaries, it seems like. It said in a filing with the SEC on Monday, the layoffs amount to a 35% reduction in staff for the media brand that owns HuffPost, Tasty, and BuzzFeed. And they sold Hot Ones. Like Hot Ones is like
anything of value. They sold.
Anything of value. Like you guys, I mean, seriously, if you're still working at that company and you still think you have a future, when they started divesting themselves, basically, if it wasn't nailed down, they were selling it. Mm-hmm. That's a you problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because there was no future. Today, we're making important changes to BuzzFeed that are required to put our business on a path to profitable and sustainable growth. Read an unsigned memo from the company's leadership to employees on Monday. Yeah, nobody wants to sign that because they're going to be like, where's this guy live?
Yeah.
4 months,
yeah.
4 months ago in our March earnings call, we stated a substantial doubt about the company's ability to continue as a going concern. Fortunately, after that public announcement, Byron Allen quickly stepped in and made an investment of approximately $26 million into BuzzFeed to stabilize, protect, and grow the company. In a $120 million agreement unveiled in May, Allen took a 52% majority stake in the company, as well as the CEO role from the founder, Jonah Peretti, so he noped out, funded by $20 million in cash and $100 million in the form of a promissory note due 5 years after deal close. Oh, that's sketchy.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was weird when we talked about before, but yeah.
I owe you. Can we just buy a company that way? Can we be like, I owe you $100 million. I want to buy whatever. Some of these
I'll
comic
give it to you
book
within
publishers.
5 years, I promise.
Yeah, if the company is profitable, if the company's still in business in 5 years, I'll give you some money. The move was alternately characterized as either a lifeline to the millennial media company or a decision of last resort, given BuzzFeed's cash crunch as a publicly traded firm. Dumbest move ever, because everybody saw that's when all these digital media outlets started to collapse because BuzzFeed was the biggest. And they're like, well, yeah, BuzzFeed's going to go public. And when they go public and we see how much money there is in digital media, all these other, Vice and Vox and all these other companies, they're going to get in on that too. And the opposite happens. Like, shit, nobody wants this stuff. And then they all started to collapse because everybody's pulling their money out of it. Mm-hmm. They're like, there's no money in this. So, yeah, they had a 20% decline in advertising revenue year over year. The net loss for the quarter was $15 million, up from $12 million last year.
Dang.
BuzzFeed
well, it's no wonder they have to do
yeah.
this. I mean, they have to no matter what.
So Huffington Post is like, again, this is one of these yet another far left media outlet. And Huffington Post did not start out. I don't think people realize this. It's kind of like Vice too. It didn't really start out as a far left media outlet. It just became a far left media outlet. But some of the early contributors to Huffington Post, I think Andrew Breitbart was one of them. And I think on the other side with Vice, what's his face? It was the leader of the Proud Boys was one of the founders of that. So it was like, I can't remember his name, but, goes to show you how much I pay attention to this stuff. But
we're card carrying members according to Twitter.
But yeah, like these media outlets actually started out, with people on both sides of the aisle. And then they just somehow very quickly became very, very far left mouthpieces. Mm-hmm. And I think the appetite for that, everything being Trump's fault is just, it's over. Like, even if people hate Trump, they're tired of hearing about him.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Everything does
at length, but just anything political, even if they just don't care anymore.
No, they don't. So yeah, he's got 2,000 employees. So Byron Allen said, I'm no different than any other media company that's going through a transition. They all are. All of these companies, it was all fake. The whole time. It was all venture capital. It was all investments from the, Black Rocks and whatever. And it was USAID money. None of this was sustainable. We could have told you that. We work in media. And you can't have a company with like, oh yeah, we got like 30,000 employees all making over $150K a year living in New York where the rent's $100K a month. It's like, that's not going to work. That's just, the math isn't math in here. And it turned out it was all sham. But he said, yeah, if we have declines in linear spending, we right size it. We made significant cuts, but these were cuts that we never made these before. When I started the company from his dining room table, I like this guy. When I started my company from the dining room table, it was go, 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 grow, grow, grow. Now it's different. During the pandemic, what people forgot is I didn't lay anybody off during the pandemic, not one soul. He said people before profit. So he did everything he could do to save as many people as he could. But he's probably bought these companies and he's like, why the hell is the the tasty whatever intern making 150 grand
Here's
a year?
the thing too, not just that. You sit back with that guy who did that whole Huffington Post article and got paid to just talk about his own personal, male fragility but projecting it onto all kinds of men. And then he gets paid for that. And you ask yourself, and I'm sure some of these people are very problematic to deal with. And you ask yourself, like, do I have to deal with this just to save them from getting their butts laid off? And it's like, no.
Yeah, no, don't have to. Like it's kind of like Batman Begins. Like, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you. Mm-hmm. So that's it, right? But no, apparently he is trying to build it in the video because let's see, this is BuzzFeed leadership. It says Byron sees incredible opportunity in all of our assets and recognizes BuzzFeed, Huffington Post, Tasty, and BuzzFeed Studios have large audiences and are great brands. BuzzFeed is well positioned for growth, especially in free streaming. And also he's talking about buying stars too, buy hostile takeover if necessary. So I think he's
good luck.
But again, free streaming. So it sounds like he wants to turn BuzzFeed into like another Tubi.
Here's the thing though. Tubi is doing really well. So you might.
Yeah,
work.
it is.
I'm just like, you can overbuy too. He's going to have to watch that.
They said despite its tumble, BuzzFeed still has 27 million unique visitors to its flagship website in June. But it's nowhere near where like People is, which is 61 million, or USA Today, which is 40 million. And those numbers are down significantly. Like all websites, I don't care who you are. They were all hit by Google last year, the major algorithm change, which we told people was coming, and they said we're full of shit, but it happened, and now they're crying about it. Yeah. That thing. Yeah, it happened. And you're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of these companies consolidate. We've seen it in the gaming space. Like half the video game websites that were around 5 years ago are no longer around, or they've folded into. They've
been mostly absorbed into other companies, going around buying them all up. And he's one of the ones buying up these places. And eventually, you're going to hit, the ceiling of what you can buy up. He's got to, it's going to be made into something that works.
Yeah. And they're talking about how he's got the late show slot, and yeah, it's under 1 million viewers. They want to get that in there. Like, well, not as many people watch that as watched Colbert, but it's to Paramount. They're like, we save money.
Yeah, you know what? I don't buy it. Like Colbert. Well, I mean, yeah, people were tuning in to see him, but he just never had big of eyes. He was the weakest link of all of them. So that's why they got rid of him too.
Basically, he got a second win because of the cancellation and the
Pretty much.
But yeah, this is interesting. We're going to see a lot of this. We're going to see a lot of angry journos. I think this is why they're trying so hard to independently to pivot to YouTube. And, some of them are playing nice now because they're like, shit, I can't just like attack YouTubers anymore because you don't shit where you eat. And I might have to slum it with the YouTubers.
Oh,
now.
They're going to still attack anyway.
Yeah, I know. It's just who they are. Try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Now funding on Kickstarter, a brand new set of Halloween mask pins, vintage style pins designed by me, Kneon. Check it out at halloween.ninja. That's halloween.ninja.